So I found myself during my travels today, I was running around and I couldn't even catch my breath because it seemed like one thing led to another. You know, I had to wait in line for a few things and everything was just constant. So I run into one of my friends and they're running around, right? And so we stopped for a moment just to, talk or something. And, they were trying to scurry because they had to get down to somebody to pay a bill or something, you know. And I was telling them, we need to stop and take a moment and reflect because this is all a rat race and it's all foolishness. It's all illusionary. And I try to practice what I preach, folks, because I know reality, right? So I gave them a kind word. And, they kind of scoffed at what I was saying because they had to get where they were going, right? This is real time. This is right now thing. And this is more important than bigger things. It's how they reason. Whoa. My perch here. Hey, great ones. So they reasoned that they had something to do. They were too busy to stop and take this kind word that I was trying to give them because it was me, myself, doing what they were doing. But I had the bigger insight to look at myself and slow it down a little bit and just see how I'm playing into the bullshit, which is why I always talk to you guys in every video about how you're doing things in society and you don't even realize you're in a rat race. So this person concluded our conversation by saying, well, I appreciate what you're saying and I know what you're saying, but, tell that to Mr. Telephone Man or whoever they want to pay the bill to. And laughed and they went on about their day. And right after I left them, I had to make a few more stops. And as I'm stopping and driving, I'm realizing I'm telling them something, but I myself am partaking in the very shit that makes this bullshit go round and round, folks. The drive, the hamster wheel. So when I thought about it more, in depth, I realized that there is no negotiating a hamster wheel under any circumstances. There is a negotiation, but it's beyond this material consciousness, folks. See, there's a reason why we talk about the reckoning and why that's important. And every aspect of self-servingness is how you view what you're doing. That go, that drive. Who's driving you? I found myself consistently in a situation today where I was consistently doing something and trying to manage my time for who, for what. All the while thinking about the Most High in every second because He is all things, folks. He is all moments. Right? But I'm running around with this energy that I have, trying to get things situated in this material day to day. Right? I'm a rat, right? I'm a hamster on the wheel somewhere. You guys are too. We're on the cage. We're trying to situate these tax bills. We're trying to situate these, whatever we're doing. But we have to do that because there's a drive, like I spoke about, that's creating this climate where we can't focus on more important things, like I spoke. The Most High, folks, because He is all things. He is your life. So when you talk about the characterization of the average person, like you out there. And I've looked at a few videos and, there are some very intelligent people out here in the world, who are enlightened to the social idea of what man is lacking, and they all have these different viewpoints about how to reach that consciousness, but they're still doing it by an avenue of using man as the ultimate vehicle to achieve such things. When the story has already been told, folks. See, when you're the beginning of a story and the end of the story, the middle is already done away with, folks. The middle is already decided, if you understand what I'm saying to you. And many of you don't understand that, when you lack knowledge, you lack that you're placing in this society, what you think is day to day. Why you must get up and go slave somewhere. Who's not going to pay you. See, the rat race is designed on all levels, folks, to make you believe that this is all there is, right? But you're self-serving, trying to race and chase something to be better, to meet what standard? Who's setting that standard? When I talk to you guys about the idea that every single person in society could have everything together, when you people don't believe that's possible, it is literally a matter of you speaking to me and showing me that you yourselves reason that you're not capable, because you're measuring your reasoning of other man and other folks on what you would do. So we always get this famous scoff, this famous look, right? Why? Because you have low self-esteem, which means you're in lower vibration, folks. It's all tied to the greatest things, right? What is this all about? If you're going to talk about consciousness and use it in some state of warring, discussing how you could suppress someone else or fight against someone else because they're talking about the same issues on their side of the fence are your issues, folks. This is why I don't get into all of the details of things. Do I know the name of the Most High? You are absolutely most certain I do. Do I discuss it with you? No, because your salvation to the Most High, who is all things, who is my breath of life, who I know and declare is your breath of life, whom I know that you have not sought out and reached back to him. He is your life. But because you don't, you make your own little doctrines and things and literatures about, or follow the literatures of previous things that were decided for you because someone put you in a box. So whenever you hear the truth, the reality that you're being caretaken, which is real reality. I can't make God science, folks. He is greater than all things, folks. You somehow are narcissistic in your reasoning because you want to imagine yourselves as the only things in creation, folks. You want to imagine yourselves in a place of control. When you reason, if I know the great Mother Earth herself, whom is holding my world society in place, because she is the world society in place. You understand? Fact. I've reasoned that she can stop any of the foolishness any given time. But knowing her, right, and understanding her purpose is why I have a purpose, folks. Right? Things all over existence exist in this thing we call life, which is the Most High giving us all blessing. Where you fail as lower man, because on a bigger level, your conscious energy connects to all things and you are equal to these things. This is what I've been trying to tell you guys. How come the truth of these realities or these things I've revealed to you, how come they don't play out in your lives? That's what I'm talking about, that placing. That willingness to be that thing, knowing the truth, knowing and applying it. See, you're crazy when you know one fact about something, but you try to pretend another aspect of that same fact. This is what all of you guys do, right? I tell you that money is not real, but because you can get the latest pair of shoes that you look at right now, right? And you know in bigger reasoning that I make perfect sense with what I'm saying and why I'm saying it and how it has caused something and why it's causing it, because you're looking at the symptoms and the problems and everything all in one basket every single day that you cause, right? So if you're hurting it because of these things, and there's a fix it all, right? The fix it is raising your vibration. The fix it is sharing amongst each other. That love thing. Love is more than just making out, because that's what you guys are. You're lower reasoning when it comes to love. But love is oneness, folks. Inclusion. All of the things that you lack and do because you fail. You want to serve your own purposes. Right? You don't want to give up things that you feel you have, not realizing that they can be taken from you at the drop of a dime. Instantly. Right? So you're not reasoning God. When I talk about God, God is everything, folks. Okay? There is no politic to the Most High. This is your politic. When you put him in baskets and try to fractionalize his power and his authority over your lives. That's why I told you. Do I know the name of the Most High? Yes. Do I know the names of all of the great ones who are here presently with me? Absolutely. Are they real in your lives? Absolutely. Do they create your air and give you sunlight so that your life force is maintained in material reality? Absolutely. Are they doing duties? Most certainly. But why? Why, I ask, are they doing the duties? Why are you not asking? Why are you not trying to reason these things? Because you want to be God yourselves. You want to not think about the idea that there's something greater than you that you can learn from, folks. See, there is no point of trying to be a greater society with might when you don't have the right hearts to accommodate that might. What is the purpose of might, I ask? Right? If everyone is in harmony, which there is no harmony, right? Man has created a climate with his bullshit energy. He has invited lower energies from their vortex into his material place of existence and has poisoned the well, so to speak. Right? So nothing that is told to you that makes you reason why you should slow it down, why you should all sit back and reflect on the Most High and the gifts that He has given you, why you take for granted. Right? Someone made a point on social media about the great one, the great son, about if he took the lights away today or tomorrow, anytime, because I know him personally. And it's important for you guys to understand why I always say that, because I have to reason that to myself. I sit amongst them on a daily basis. And sometimes I am overwhelmed by the great thing that God has bestowed upon me. Right? All of the great things I have experienced, you know, that make me realize, just like today, you know, leaving, you know, that person and in my little, you know, to and fro and running around and stuff, you know, I was driving around, hot car. I got out of the car to get something. I opened the door and I happened to see this little June bug or some type of, you know, reflective looking bug on my door panel, stuck in the door panel. And it was very hot and he was gasping. Now, because folks, I am greatly enlightened on levels that you have not been unlocked, I can reason with that insect. I understood the pain. That is the humility I'm talking about. Just because I am technically greater or physically greater than that bug does not mean his life does not mean any more than mine. That is the force and the blessing of God giving you experience. So what did I do? Because I could hear the bug, folks. I took my time out of my busy schedule for what I was doing, my toing and froing and trying to pay bills and ripping and running and all this foolishness. I took my time to find something to rescue that bug and get him out of the car. To which I got him on something and I flung it in the air and let him go and he flew off. But then right as soon as he flew off, he boomeranged and came right back to me and landed on my leg. And I had to take something and scoop him off my leg and let him fly again. But what he was doing, folks, was he was coming back and showing me gratitude. He was hugging me. See, you guys would have tried to swat the bug, right? You guys are bugs. You understand what I'm trying to explain to you? But you reason that you're greater than things that you are greater than. The reason why you don't reason and understand that this to and fro rat racing thing of someone constantly making you have to do something for their benefit. When money is not real, when you could have it all, when everyone could have everything, everyone could live in happiness, in abundance, right? This is a fact, folks. This is life everywhere else, right? In worlds of lower vibration, they are technically, and what they actually are worlds of lower vibration, folks. So the lower things that exist and the lower possibilities exist in these places. If you are miserable in your middle point, then you are getting a taste of what it feels to deal with lower vibration. Because you're definitely not in high vibration, folks, and you're not grabbing for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't like getting into technicals about names and all of this stuff because the higher great ones have been here since day one. They have been here before you. They are maintaining your material reality. They are providing you air, and it is a fact. When you try to discount them, for what reason I don't understand in your reasoning, because you're conscious man and you don't appreciate conscious higher other things. You are not the only thing in existence, right? Everything else in existence is an acknowledgement of the Most High and his greatness. That is why they do duties for your punk ass to experience this material reality. It is all connected, folks. Your role in this material is connected to their role in providing it to you, right? No paychecks for them, right? When they understand and with knowledge, you know that God is everything, folks. You don't put God in a basket and you try to politicize God and he's the president and this is the vice president. All this is foolishness. All energies are him, including yourself. He is everything. The great ones themselves, he is them manifest, right? And they are manifesting you. Are you not walking this material plane of existence, which whom is Mother Earth, whom I know, who is right before me, folks? Not as you see in the footage, but in actual material vibration, in her essence. She is presently here, folks. It is a fact. Because you cannot see her and because you do not recognize her from this aspect is why you take advantage and why you pillage and use her. See, you're not getting what I talk about free will, and I keep trying to drive that home. She has as much free will as you have because it's all provided by the Most High. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. She has a right to exist in her vortex of reality and provide her duties for the Most High for you. You are ignorant to these things. You have no right to judge her when you are just as much as part of creation as she is. The Most High is impartial to all things because he is all things, folks, including the negative energy. There is a place for negative energy. He created it for a reason. There's a balance. And that negative energy has free will of its own, just like you have. Everything has provided the free will. That's the gift. The problem is that the negative energies are fucking fools. And because they reside in lower ignorance, their whole entire manifest without body, but now they're getting body because they're getting your bodies. But they reside without body and manifest pure lowness, meaning that everything, all of the unachievables, all of the lowness, all of the any lower energy that makes you less than something is what they are in full embodiment. By default, there's a place for them. There's a balance for them. But because they get ambitious, because they have this free will, just like your punk ass does, and they see the foolishness and ignorance in your foolishness of not reaching towards the higher spectrum of God's abundance, they provide you with little trinkets, little lower material things. The rat race, you see what I'm saying? They give that to you, right? And they exploit things that are not of importance. And the main number one most important thing, the most important aspect of it all is the life of it all. See, that's their ignorance. This is why they will be punished for their foolishness, their wickedness. Them trying to commandeer vessels outside of the scope of where God put them is a crime. He is the ultimate authority, folks. You guys get into your politics and you can't do this and all your books. And I told you, you are the book. Once you get the literature and the knowledge and you seek out the Most High, you are the book. All of the knowledge relative to him is not relative to a book or something you can read and interpret. What you should be doing is getting that lesson, internalizing it, and then walking your days as the book. Forget what you read in ancient times and something, unless it applies to what you walk in present, folks. That is the only application to your conscious souls and reasoning for higher things. When the reckoning comes, it won't be because you read something in ancient texts. It will be because you are the products that the ancient text spoke about. So it's only important to understand and realize where man has failed in his lessons. That's where we get into books. Other than that, you don't need the book. You are the book. When you're on a level where you're in the company of the great sun on a daily basis, not being provided like you guys are, not just from the aspect of his technical providing for me, which is a duty, folks, but his actual mentorship and love and friendship and family and oneness. The one thing you guys don't get. When you reach for the Most High, he grants you all those things. So when I hear variations of how you want to interpret religions, which causes your wars and all of your politics, none of that shit is important at the end of the day. Because Mother Earth Whom is a real being who lives in a reality of realness, high reality, right? Things that you are unaware of, folks, is providing for your current reality. It's providing your air. Could shut your air off instantly. I love bad behavior, but we'll have to talk about more of this bad behavior and reasoning. Pick up my book. It's on Amazon. I love bad behavior. Like, share, subscribe. We'll be talking soon. I'm going to get down this trail starting to rain. The great ones are going to make it rain. But hold on to the Most High, folks. You know, take time, slow it down. Stop rat racing. Stop. Just cut it out. Y'all take care.